champagne Saint-Chamond à Épernay. I started at Google in 2005. I should technically have started at Google in 2003 when they first called me and said, hey, we need some lawyers, and I was like, it was my first day at AOL, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if this Google thing is going to catch on, it seems slightly risky. You know what, I'll stick with AOL, they seem to know what they're doing with the internet, so worst decision ever. But luckily I said to them, look, I need a couple of years, because I just started working in-house. I told Google to like keep my CV and give me a call in a couple of years, and so they called back 2 years later and said, okay, are you ready now? And I was like, yeah, I'm totally ready, let's go. I was an attorney at this point, I was doing like copyright and licensing law, and within the first week they said, okay, we're having a huge worldwide sales conference for Google in San Francisco, you have to come to it. And it was at the Moscone Center, which is the biggest conference center in San Francisco, and I just remember there was a couple of very vivid memories. I remember walking into this, something that looked like a football stadium that was full of people, and just thinking, Jesus Christ, this is my company, it's huge, like how am I ever going to survive with this company? You know, it's just such a big company. And then I was sat near the front because I managed to shove myself in the front because I was new and I wanted to see what was going on. And there were these two like guys on stage that just looked like they were testing the microphones or something. So I said to my friend, who are these dudes? And she was like, that's Larry and Sergey. And they started talking, and everyone in the set, in this like 3,000, 4,000 people just got up and started cheering and clapping. And I was like, wow, people really love this company. Like, this is really crazy because no one felt about AOL like that, and I'd never seen that sort of. It was really like, I was like, has everyone drank the Kool-Aid and I haven't had any? And then as they started to speak, and it was just this really incredible, very interactive, almost debate. You know, Google is extremely transparent. It's a very flat structure. And so every Friday at 4 o'clock, you go to TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday, in your office, and in Mountain View, Larry and Sergey take the mic, and you can ask them anything you want about anything. You can ask them about the company, you can ask them about financial affairs, you can ask them about anything, and they'll honestly answer you. So just to see that sort of interaction between the executives and the employees, where everyone genuinely felt passionate about the company because they felt like they had a say, they felt like they were making a difference, they felt like their opinion was heard and respected. And I was just like, yeah, this is a really, really amazing company to work for, and I get to come to San Francisco. I would say that Americans are more positive. Like Americans, they lack irony. So Americans don't understand sarcasm or irony very well. I'm sorry, America. They're so proud of their country, like, and they're not ashamed of being proud of their country. It's not seen as something that's bad. Going to a ball game is like a completely different experience to going to a football game in England, where you go and you have a few drinks, and everyone sings songs, then you sing rude songs to the other fans, and then it's quite an aggressive atmosphere. And the first time I went to a ball game at the Giants Stadium, I just couldn't believe that there's all these rituals that everyone knows, and so you sing that funny little song in the stretch, take me out to the ball game, everyone gets up and sings it without any irony. No one's embarrassed, everyone's like da 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 da. I was too busy eating a hot dog because that's the best thing about ball games. I spent my whole time like chowing down like hot dogs and popcorn and beer, and I love the kiss count. That's awesome. That would never happen in the UK. People would be like, oh, I can't kiss this complete stranger, but Americans just have a very, it's almost like a childlike enthusiasm for everything, and they don't really care how they look. If they're happy about something, they'll embrace it, and they're super positive. And in Britain, people will put you down for that. People tend to push you down for that. But in America, it's much, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But the culture's definitely different. It's a completely different mindset. In Italy. Italian food is the reason I learned Italian. So I went to Sardinia for the first time maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and Sardinia isn't very touristy. Like, a lot of the Italians there actually don't speak English. It's still very rural, and they have all these incredible markets. I love going to markets and like digging around and seeing. I like to know how they cook it. So I got there and I couldn't actually communicate. I can speak French and Spanish, but I can't speak Italian. And so I spent the whole time walking around with a translation book, and then I got back and I was like, okay, I'm going to Sardinia next year because it's got great kite surfing as well, and I'm going to learn Italian, and I'm just going to learn food Italian. Anything to do with food food. And so Google are great because they gave me Italian lessons, they give you like language lessons and stuff. So I went back the year after, and I literally spent my whole time like in the fish market or in the vegetable market or with the butchers, just following them around saying, how would your mother cook this? What would you do with this? What's that? Is that fresh? And just cooked up a storm every day. I had an amazing villa with like a pizza oven and a huge great big grill, and I just literally like kite surfed and cooked. It was amazing. I love to be in San Francisco. Like, San Francisco has an incredible food scene. I love New York. Like, I'm really lucky to have friends in New York who really know about food and are really passionate about food and have worked in the food industry, so you can tell you amazing places to go. Depending on who you eat, it depends on how expensive it is. And there was a very funny moment when I was eating in a bar up in the marina called A16. This girl was there and she was serving wine, and I was like, hey, do you have any Tanqueray? And she looked at me and she's like, no, but the place that I used to work in New York had Tanqueray. And then she looks at me and she's like, you're Alexis Giles. And I was like, what? She's like, you and Aaron Polsky came in Maria and you laid down like $800 on food, you got absolutely wasted, and you left with a bottle of Tanqueray. And I was like, yeah, that was it. So, guilty pleasure food from the UK, Yorkshire pudding, which is, for the Americans among you, you call them popovers, but we have them with the Sunday roast lunch, and traditionally you had Yorkshire pudding because after the war there was a real shortage of meat, and so in order to bulk out the Sunday dinner they used to make these like battered puddings. It's like pancake batter that you bake and it rises, so it was to fill people up. But now it's considered like, it's a necessity. If you don't have, I even have Yorkshire puddings on Christmas Day, like we have to have Yorkshire pudding. And Marmite. I love Marmite. Mexican food in England is the bottom feeder of the food system. It's frozen, it's nasty, it's cheap, but the Mexican food, especially in San Francisco, is just absolutely incredible. Even if you go to like a hole in the wall like El Farolito in the Mission, it's just absolutely insanely good. Like really good burritos. I'd never had a tamale before I came to San Francisco, and tamale lady, big thumbs up to the tamale lady, it's like guys. And someone bought me a tamale, and I didn't realise that you didn't eat the outside. I thought you ate it all, and so I bit into like the corn husk. I was like, oh my god, that's disgusting, why would you eat this? So it's like, don't eat the corn husk. I love like American soul food, like shrimp and grits, deep fried oysters. I had some incredible deep fried oysters in Berkeley. Is a really incredible young French DJ called Madion. He's 17 years old. He does the most incredible electro house remixes of really great cheesy tracks like Robin and Yella. He did an incredible Dead Mouse remix. He's a Pendulum, and he's also started releasing his own tracks, and he's playing in New York next week, so I'm super excited. I'm going to New York especially to see him. People, like I think I'm so lucky to have a job that enables me to meet so many incredible people and just do some really incredible shit and just get involved in stuff where you feel like you're changing the world. It's just working with people who are truly passionate and excited about changing the world, and they come up with solutions rather than just whinging about stuff. They'll see something that needs solving or that could be improved, and they will go and do it. They have real drive and they'll go and do it. So getting to work with those people actually makes you want to be better. It makes you want to learn more about what they're about. It makes you want to be able to help them in any way you can. And it's just so much more rewarding when you do something. It's just doing cool shit inspires me, and I'm really lucky because I get to do cool shit. And it's whether that's in music, which I get involved in, or whether it's with social stuff with people, or whether it's through food or anything. Like, I'm really lucky that my job has such a wide remit that I get involved with some absolutely amazing stuff.